Hey there, welcome to another episode of the bAmplified podcast. I'm Amy Patee, the host. Thank you so much for being here today. And if you're dropping by for the first time, this is a show for conscious entrepreneurs who want to really amplify their inner genius, their natural energy, and align it with their business to create more ease, flow, and success. And this podcast is also for anyone who wants to start their own business. I know so many people are transitioning from traditional 9 to 5 jobs into doing contract work, into starting their own business. And so this podcast could be really helpful for you as well. And I want to ask a little favor today. This podcast is at its beginning stages. So if what I'm sharing with you resonates, please subscribe. And if I share something in today's show that helps you in some way, I would love for you to leave a review, or you could even share the podcast with your own network if you think that it would be valuable to them. All of these things really help the podcast gain more traction so that other people like you can find it. So thank you in advance if you're able to do any of those things. And then lastly, before I dive into today's episode, I want to invite you to check out my upcoming Human Design and Business Immersion. There's a link in the show notes, and the next group starts April 1st, 2025. This immersion is 3 months long, and it's perfect for anyone that's in business for themselves or wants to be in business for themselves. It is a container where you will be supported in really beginning to awaken and align with your natural self. We use the human design system to really begin to embody who we deeply, deeply are at the core level. And then we take what we discovered, we take this new level of embodiment and activation of our natural self, and we begin to refine our offers, our marketing, our sales, and reset our business in alignment with our natural energy. And so, even if you're not in business already, but you want to be, this program will still definitely benefit you because instead of refining or resetting your offers, your marketing, your sales, all of that, you'll be creating it. And how beautiful to be able to create it from such a grounded place of knowing who you are and how your energy is naturally made to operate in the world. So, this type of work, what I have found is that it gives you a deep sense of confidence in who you are and what you're here to do and what the gifts are that you have to share. And then it also allows you to understand what is the best way for you to work? What is the best way for you to deliver your offerings? What is the most congruent way for you to market yourself, for you to do sales? So you're really fitting these strategies that every business has to do, but you're fitting them to you, how you're designed to operate. So, if that interests you, check out the link in the show notes. It'll be a small, beautiful group of high caliber women. And I truly believe that it is by being in these high vibing groups that we are able to grow, to be inspired, to be motivated, to feel like we can really reach our potential. High vibing, high caliber groups just allow us to transform with so much more ease than trying to do something all on our own. So check that out if it interests you. Okay, on to today's episode. Thanks for listening to all of that. And today I'm talking about the projector energy type in human design. I'll be talking about what makes projectors unique, their strategy for success, and how they can align their business for more impact and fulfillment. And this episode is part of a 6-part series on the human design energy types. So you might want to go back to episode 7, where I first introduced the energy types and explain why they matter in business. And then, of course, I recommend listening to all of these episodes so that you can understand all of the energy types and how we work together. And then also, if you are brand new to human design and you don't know your energy type, you can use the link in the show notes to download your chart for free and learn what your type is. Okay, so let's dive into the projectors. The projectors are about 20% of the population, and they are really here to see, to guide, and to advise, not necessarily here to do. So, a lot of times when I meet a projector, that's one point that I like to make is that you are really here to see more than you are here to do. You are here to guide the doing, if that makes sense. So, unlike generators or manifesting generators that I discussed in the last two episodes, they are the builders, they are the creators, they are here to do. They have consistent energy for it. Projectors are considered non energy types. They don't have a defined sacral center, which means they don't have that reliable access to the same workforce energy as the generator types. Instead, they are really designed to see things and to see things differently, and they can advise, especially the generator types, the generators and the MGs, they can really guide them and advise them on how to tweak and refine their energy to really help them become more efficient and more successful. Projectors, they're a little bit like birds sitting up high on the branches of a tree where they can like take in the landscape and really observe how everything is flowing down below. They can see what's working, what's not working, and they can also see how things can be done a little bit better, a little bit more efficiently. But here's the catch. So, before a projector can offer their visionary guidance to others, which are usually the generator types, they must wait for the invitation. And this is the projector's strategy, how they are designed to correctly make things happen for themselves. They must wait for the invitation. And the reason that projectors have to wait for the invitation is because they have this penetrating, focused, absorbing aura. Their aura allows them to see deeply into others. But if they share their insights without being invited, it can actually feel really intrusive to the other person. So their strategy is really to wait for the recognition and an invitation before sharing their guidance. And this applies to business, relationships, and all major life decisions. So, what does waiting for an invitation actually mean? It's not about sitting around and doing nothing. Instead, it's really about, for the projector, cultivating your gifts, honing your skills, positioning yourself in a way that really allows other people to naturally see you and recognize your genius, and then invite you to use that penetrating aura of yours to see deeply into them and how they're using their energy, and to guide them, to advise them, to offer them your wise insights about how they can become more efficient. And it's often said that the projectors are really like the new CEOs of the planet, the new leaders in a way, but they're not your typical leader. They don't lead by getting out in front of everybody and having people follow them. They lead by actually sitting back, waiting for people to come to them who want their assistance, and then guiding the other person in how to become more in flow based on who they are, based on their natural energy. So it's very different than the leaders that we are used to, who step out in front and, in a way, tell everybody, follow me, do what I'm doing, come along. It's very different. It's a whole new leadership paradigm that the projectors really are here to step into in their lifetime. So if you're listening to this, take that to heart and really sit with it. Are you ready to see yourself in this new light as a leader on the planet, but leading from a very different type of way, leading through guiding others to more deeply connect with themselves and work with their energy in an optimal way? that is something for you to definitely reflect on. Now, let me give you some quick tips that can help you, if you're a projector, use your strategy correctly in life and business. So, the first tip is to recognize yourself. And the thing about projectors is that they may not feel that drawn to really get to know themselves because part of their natural design is about knowing the other, seeing the other, deeply penetrating and focusing upon the other. So it may not feel natural to focus on yourself and to recognize yourself and what you're actually good at. But your energy shifts when you truly see yourself and value yourself. So the more you embrace your own wisdom and strengths, the more others will be able to recognize you. So know that turning your attention inward, I don't even know if it's possible for a projector to turn their aura inward upon themselves, but maybe it's possible. But just know that taking some time to focus inwardly on you and to get to know yourself and what you are really good at seeing is so important for your journey and for you being recognized and invited. Okay, so now the second tip that I want to offer you is to really position yourself as an authority. Projectors really do best when they establish themselves as experts. So if you are in business for yourself, consider how can you share your valuable insights with others to let them see what you have to offer and to let them see you as an authority so that again they can recognize you and then invite you to help them, to serve them, to guide them. Now, the third tip is to be very selective with the invitations that you say yes to. So, just because somebody comes to you and invites you to guide them, it does not necessarily mean that that invitation is correct for you. So, you really have to tune into your body's wisdom and especially your inner authority. And I haven't talked about authorities on this show yet, but if you run your human design chart, it will tell you what your authority is, and then you can read up on that. But that's essentially how you make decisions that are correct for you. So you'll want to know what your inner authority is. And then when somebody invites you to guide them, really follow your authority, stay connected with how your body's wisdom responds to that invitation to determine if it's actually aligned with you, if it's actually for you. Because when you use your penetrating aura to see into someone and to offer them guidance, in a way, you are merging with that person and absorbing their energy. And so, if their energy is not aligned, if it's not good for you, it can really bring you down and disturb your own frequency. You have to be careful what you absorb through your aura, through that penetrating aura, and just make sure that it's correct. It's okay for you to say no. Not every invitation needs to be a yes. It's okay for you to say no. Now, the fourth tip is to honor your need for rest. So, again, you're a non energy type in human design, meaning you don't have the sacral center defined. The sacral center is the center that gives us this consistent life force energy to do things with. You don't have that in your design. You're not really made to work super long hours. 2 or 3 hours of focused work per day might be enough for you. Now, everybody's different, so don't take this as like a rule, but just know you may not need to work an 8 hour day. That might not be correct for you. Or maybe you work an 8 hour day, but 2 or 3 of those hours are really focused. And then the rest of your time is spent learning and observing and refining your insights. Because again, going back to what I said in the beginning, you are here to see more than you are here to do. You are here to guide more than you are here to do. So lean into that, trust that, and honor your need for rest. And the last tip that I want to offer you is to really allow yourself to embrace the one on one interactions. Because your aura is focused and penetrating and absorbing, it makes you a really powerful guide in one on one settings or maybe small groups, more so than the really large groups. So let yourself prioritize deep and meaningful interactions and don't pressure yourself to step into really large group settings, especially if that doesn't resonate with you. You might be a projector who loves to be in large groups, and maybe you've learned how to kind of navigate that large group with your penetrating aura. But you are designed in a way to sit down with one person and to really let your aura dive deep, to penetrate deeply into that person and to begin to evaluate and understand how their energy is moving and where it could be tweaked or shifted or refined to flow in a more optimal way. Okay, so let me just review those 5 tips really briefly. 1, recognize yourself first. 2, position yourself as an authority. 3, be selective with invitations. 4, honor your need for rest. And 5, lean into the one on one interactions. Okay, so if you are a projector listening in right now, I really want to encourage you to start experimenting with your strategy of waiting to be recognized and invited today, right? Start practicing today. And as you do, you should begin to naturally experience this deep sense of success. Success is your signature state in human design. It indicates that you are working in alignment with who you really are. So when you wait to be recognized and invited, and then you share your guidance with the person who has opened the door for you and said, "Yes, come in. I want your guidance." When you share that with them, and they receive it because they invited you, they wanted it, they receive it, you will feel successful. And it will be an amazing feeling for you. And it lets you know you are on the right path. You are working in alignment. But if you try to force things, if you share what you know with people who haven't asked for it, they are going to likely resist you. They won't hear what you're saying. It won't land for them. They won't want it. They'll push back. And your presence, your energy might feel a little invasive to them. So you really need to lean back, wait to be recognized, wait to be invited. Because if you offer your guidance without that, you again will experience that resistance from the other person and you'll start to feel bitter. That is your not self theme, bitterness. And it is a sign that you are misaligned, that you need to adjust your own energy a little bit to come back into flow for you. So be on the lookout for both success and bitterness. Success is telling you you are in your flow, you are in alignment, you are working with your energy. Bitterness is telling you, hey, pay attention. You're not acting correctly right now. You're using your energy in a way that is not optimal for you or for other people. You need to pivot. So trust your energy design as a projector. Get to know yourself and what you're really good at. Lean into your wise insights that you glean from utilizing your penetrating aura, from seeing things really deeply, and then showcase what you know in a way that feels good to you so that others can see it, so that others can begin to recognize you for what you bring to the table. And when you do that, just wait because the invitations will start to flow. People will come to you, they'll come knocking at your door, asking you to share your guidance with them. And this strategy, just implementing and utilizing this strategy alone, will allow you to fully step into being a powerful guide here on the planet. This is your role. This is how you are naturally made to function in the world. You are here to help advise others, You are here to help others understand how they can best use their energy to be more efficient and to feel better themselves. So let me see if there's anything else I want to share with you today about the projector type. I think that is all I have for you today. I think that's all I want to share with you today. You can go deeper and deeper into all of the energy types and all the different aspects of human design, and there's plenty of time for that. But hopefully, what I shared with you today is helpful for understanding the projector in general. And if you are a projector, hopefully, you are walking away from this episode feeling like you can begin to follow your strategy. And remember, it's an experiment. So just test it out and see how it works for you. Notice what happens when you actually wait for somebody to recognize you, when you wait for the invitation, and then you like unleash your amazing guidance on them. Notice what happens. Notice how they feel. Notice how you feel. And the more you practice, the more you'll realize, like, oh my God, this really works. Wow, this changes things. And then you can step into it more and more and more, and things start to flow more and more and more. And success becomes like your way of life. So enjoy that, have fun with that, reach out if you have any questions. Or again, feel free to leave a review if something I said really hit home for you today. Subscribe, share the podcast with your friends, all of those things I would so appreciate. So, in closing, I just want to say thank you. Thanks again for being here. Thanks for listening in. And remember, you can check out the links in the show notes if you're wanting to dive a little deeper with me and begin to explore your own human design and how you can bring it into your business for more flow, more ease, more success, more impact, more money, even. Check that out. All right, my friends, thanks for being here, and I will catch you in the next episode.